So a lot of people, when they saw The Last Jedi, complained when they saw that their hero Luke Skywalker from Return of the Jedi actually became a hermit that was in exile and wanted the Jedi to end. People said, this hurts my feelings, I don't like this. And then people who like The Last Jedi will say, well, don't you remember? Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda went into exile too. So why are you mad at Luke for doing the same thing? Derp, how can you have this double standard? Well, I'm here to tell you that it's not a double standard because I don't think that Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda gave up the same way Luke did. So let's break it down. When you have Luke and you have Obi-Wan, they both had almost identical stories. They both were great Jedi Knights. They had apprentices that turned to the dark side. Those apprentices destroyed the Jedi orders of their time, and then they proceeded to assist the Dark Empire in rising up and conquering the galaxy. And then both of them went into exile. But the similarities end there, because while Luke said, I want the Jedi to end, I want my knowledge to die with me, I think the Jedi cause more problems than they solve, Obi-Wan Kenobi, on the other hand, has stated several times explicitly in canon that he did not want the Jedi to end. In Star Wars Rebels, a canon TV series, which you've probably seen, he says in a message to surviving Jedi that he says that we must persevere, that we must wait for a time when a new hope will emerge. So we got to persevere. We're waiting for a time of redemption. Yoda said something similar where he was watching Luke and other Jedi like Kanan and Ezra, hoping that they would succeed, hoping that he could train Luke someday. So Yoda didn't want the Jedi to end, especially in Episode 3 where he tells Obi-Wan Kenobi, until the time is right, disappear we will. Of course, implying a time that we will not disappear when the time is right, when we'll come out of hiding and do our thing. And he also gives Obi-Wan Kenobi training in his exile on Tatooine, so he can improve. And it's not a thing where you go into exile and you give up the way that Luke did. No, you're going to train, you're going to become better in your exile. So I don't see the similarity where Luke gives up entirely and Yoda and Kenobi don't. So tell me where I'm wrong here. I mean, one of the arguments I might think is that Luke, at the very end of The Last Jedi, says, I will not be the last Jedi, implying that he approves of Rey being his successor. But he never told her that explicitly, although it might be implicit in the fact that he saved all their lives and did come to help after all. But then that to me is just weird storytelling, in that he's totally given up and that he offers nothing new, and then he comes back and says, you know what, I'm the same guy I always was at the end of Return of the Jedi anyway. That's fine. It just seems odd to me, but I don't know. Go ahead and let me know what you think in the comments. Force mash that like button and subscribe button and tell me what you guys think. I'll be waiting for your answers.